Hello everybody, Prepper003 here today with another video for you, and this one is going to be choosing a pack for SHTF. Now right now I do know that a lot of people have different choices on packs, they have a different price constraint, and on top of that they just have a lot of different variables when it comes to choosing a pack. So right now I'm going to try to kind of break it down to three easy pretty much talking points in my idea on how I choose whenever I look at getting a pack or depending on what type of pack I'm going to get. So right now here are going to be the 3 points. The one is going to be mission, terrain, and weather. Those are going to be pretty much the 3 points that I look at when I look at getting a pack or deciding on what type of pack I should get for a specific use. So now I'm just going to hit each point for you and kind of give you some examples along with that as I go. As you can see, I've got quite a few packs right around me, so I'm going to kind of use them to help give you guys a little bit of a feel on what I'm talking about in these talking points. Now first off is going to be mission. And mission is going to really dictate the size and the design of your pack whenever it comes to looking for what you need. For example, if you're scavenging or maybe wanting something that's more small, compact for everyday carry, something that's a little bit discreet, like this Grey Ghost pack right here, might be something you might want to go for. Or if you're going to be looking at maybe going to do some mountaineering, you might want to have something that's a little bit more modular. With a little bit of molly, want to have something that's going to be able to carry a lot of that extra rope. Something similar to this Molly 2 medical pack. This also does fill the role as a, well, of course, a meds bag as well for me and my family. So as you can see, I've got a compactable litter down here. I have the entire thing completely filled with proper trauma supplies. So as you can see, there's a lot of different uses that you can get for different packs. And that's where your design and your size is going to come from. Another thing that's going to come from it is going to be the time and distance that you're going to be out in the field, or pretty much bugging out, if you will. And that's going to depend on if you're going to want something that's going to be able to keep you alive for a long time, be very modular for you. Something similar to this Mystery Ranch M4 pack here, or maybe something like this Alice pack here. So each one of those can hold a very considerable amount of gear, can hold a very considerable amount of supplies for you. So each point you're going to have to think about when it comes to how long you're going to be out there, what type of time frame you're going to be out there for, and that can all be a very big, it can all be a very big choice in what your size and the design of the pack is going to be for your choice. So that's just food for thought for just the mission aspect of it. The next is going to be the terrain aspect, and the terrain isn't going to dictate too much, but it is going to dictate pretty much the camo pattern that you're going to choose. Like for example, you might not want to rock something like this right here in the middle of New York City. It's not going to blend in very well. Or something like this right here is going to blend very well in the Appalachians. So it comes down to something that might just, you have to look at the type of environment they're going to be working in, maybe if it's deserts, maybe if it's mountains, maybe if it's urban areas. And it comes down to, you might also want to take a look at, maybe are there rivers you're going to have to cross in the area. So you might want to have something that you can throw over your pack to make it a little bit more waterproof than it is already. So just another thing to look at and to kind of put into the overall equation that you're going to be looking at for choosing your pack, is looking at the environment and the terrain that you're going to be actually operating in or pretty much living in that area. So just one more point in why I think terrain is going to be a big aspect to it, especially if it comes to you having to traverse cliffs and mountains, because that's going to greatly impact your mobility and also the pack size you're going to want to carry for all your gear. The last one is going to be weather, and this one is actually going to be a pretty big one, at least in my book it is, and that's going to kind of dictate the type of material they're going to want to use. Now something like this right here is pretty much using ripstop and nylon. It's not something that's a very heavy Kadura pack. It's something you kind of would want to just carry for everyday use, not something that's going to take an extreme amount of abuse, but if it does take that abuse, it can withstand it. Or you're going to have something like this right here, which is 500 Kadura. So you just have to take a look at the material that you're going to be having your pack made out of, or that the pack is already made out of. So, and that's going to greatly impact what happens in the field when it comes to exposure to high heat and sun, exposure to heavy rainfall, exposure to very cold weather. And this goes back kind of into the size matter, because if you're going to be pretty much constrained in very cold Arctic kind of weather, heavy wind chills, sub-zero temps, kind of like we have to deal with here in Wisconsin, you have to kind of look at maybe having someone that's going to be able to pack a little bit more for your capability to be able to survive. Because especially in negative degree temperature, where minutes and hours matter, you need to be able to quickly get yourself in a situation to where you can maintain your body heat, keep yourself alive, and even be able to sometimes live with and survive in a very minimalistic shelter. And that goes something similar to this Molly pack right here. As you can see, there's quite a difference in the size ratio here between the M4 pack and the Molly large pack. Sorry, the Alice large pack here. So it just comes down to having to decide what you're going to be doing, the terrain you're going to be moving around in, and the weather that you're typically exposed to throughout the year. And that's one thing you have to think about, is it's not just 1 month out of the year, it's not just 2 months. You have to kind of look at what you experience overall in the actual year frame, because you never know how long you might be bugging out for, or how long you'll be staying at your bug out location, if your bug out location is safe at all. So, thank you. I really appreciate you guys watching. I want to hear how you guys actually go about deciding on what pack you're going to get for your bug out bag or for your general pack in an SHTF scenario. Do you try to keep something similar to this right here, where it's very small and constrained, or do you kind of go for something that has a lot of pack space for a lot of different gear that you might need for a very long-term survival? So, thank you. I really appreciate you guys watching. Have a great day. Purpose 003. Remember, those that prepare for today survive tomorrow.